There are obviously enthusiastic SMM. Someone just told me what SMM meant. Uh, agency guys in the audience. I was surprised we could not sell Hitesh SMM. Right? I would have expected someone to say, Hitesh, are you getting 2 rupees a click from retail? Let me give you 1 rupee on SMM. Right? So it looks like agencies are as far behind on understanding SMM as clients are. And I'll come back to this a little bit. One of my kind of key concerns and the difference we're able to observe because we happen to be a global partnership is on the internet just how much do we lag compared to the value which is the leading market in terms of not technology but marketing on the internet. And I think for agency folks who are sitting in the crowd, it's worth spending more time on that because we're seeing rapidly growing businesses based purely on SMM, lead gen, monetization of SMM. Okay, so this is not a pipe dream. While we are catching up with the best practices on SEM, I don't think we're there yet in terms of state of the art. There is this whole piece on the social media side, which has already begun to scale up in terms of revenues, not in terms of traffic. We have a couple of companies in our portfolio which have basically gone from standing start to double-digit million-dollar revenues in less than 12 months, purely on this social media, purely subscription businesses, not even advertising. So there is stuff happening on that front. What we need to do is to build real capability and demonstrate to clients that we can deliver against what their objectives are. Not get back to them and say, I know I can't deliver your objective, but guess what? I can deliver something else. Why don't you buy that? Right? That's not going to work. So anyway, that was kind of my 2 cents on the Q&A for the last session. But let me get started with what I'm going to talk about, which is where are we seeing opportunities in the online world. I'm going to just touch upon some of the data to put stuff in context. I'm sure all of you have seen this data more than I have. Needless to say, the reach is expanding rapidly. When I say rapid, there is no hockey stick out there, but you can kind of bank upon 20-25% growth a year. I was sitting with one of the large data aggregators on the internet day before, and their view was it's growing at 50% year on year. And after I'm surprised to hear that. Probably the range is somewhere in that zone, 25% user growth. Should translate into 35 to 60% usage growth, should translate into 50 to 70% revenue growth for a lot of businesses on the internet, and that's good news. The other good news is internet penetration is going beyond the top metros. It's no longer Delhi, Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad, Bombay phenomena. Significant usage is beginning to come from smaller towns and cities. And again, that increases the relevance of internet as a medium to fairly broad-based businesses. People are going beyond the regular application of email chat on the internet. So more and more e-commerce. A large part of that, I guess, today is travel-oriented. More and more of videos, more and more of social media, other forms of classifieds. So that range of applications that people are engaging in is increasing. That's good news. Cheaper, faster access to internet continues to be there. There are kind of 2 key things that are popping up on this front. One, obviously, the landline telcos are beginning to place more emphasis on broadband growth. So I don't know if yesterday you guys saw an announcement by Airtel to kind of offer a net PC device for $5,000 and then a monthly fee. So pricing certainly is going to get exercise on this. Standalone net pieces are available for less than 10,000 rupees now. So the cost of ownership is likely to go down. The second piece which is becoming interesting is the wireless EVDO access that Tata and Reliance are sending out, and that's supposed to be 3 megabits per second. Even if it gets to 512, we should have a much better time than what we have today. So I think the access issues are getting solved. My own opinion is it's still getting solved on an incremental basis, not a hockey stick, but nevertheless. There is enough precedence of successful internet businesses in India now, right? Real businesses with revenues, profitability. Jobs clearly is a category which got built out first. Advertising and search are significant categories now, travel, matrimony, and then a couple of emerging ones around gaming and real estate. So there seems to be a good pipeline of businesses that are being built on the internet. It's not just 1 or 2 spaces that got built and they're done with it. this is the first thing I wanted to talk about. I think low-cost internet startups is becoming a reality in India. And again, this has a lot to do with marketing than to do with technology. The cost of technology has been going down with everything from cheap hosting to cloud-based computing. The cost of starting an internet business is probably somewhere under $10,000, 5 lakh rupees, whichever currency you like, today. Obviously, it's not in a mode where a general manager of a company walks out and says, "Let me hire a team and try to build a website." It's more in a mode where a product manager of a company walks out and says, "I know how to build a site." He has some user insights on their own. So there's a lot of leverage on your own personal skill set if that is what you want to do. But the real story here is on the marketing front. As early as 2005, 2006, in some of our global companies, we were beginning to see the phenomena that to get to the first 2-3 million users, you did not need to spend a single dollar on marketing. I think last year, for the first time, we saw it in the Indian landscape, and that's very encouraging. So I think the knowledge of search engine marketing, and when I'm saying SEM, I'm not referring necessarily to paid SEM. I'm referring more to the SEO piece of the picture. That is getting to a level where if you want to get to a couple of million users, you don't have to spend $1 on advertising. There are at least 2 businesses that have demonstrated that last year. Flipkart, is an e-commerce business. They sell books online. Zero spend on marketing. Already getting close to the industry leaders in terms of the book transaction volume that they conduct. The second one is Chatpark, a business that we invested in. Again, the largest Bollywood site today in the country, purely on back of SEO, having not spent a single dollar in advertising. Both of these businesses will need to spend money on advertising going forward, right? But the point is they can get to a fairly good scale without having to do that. And that allows standalone entrepreneurs, independent of any kind of financiers, angels or VCs, to bootstrap businesses and get them to a level where they become interesting for investors. So I think that is a big shift in terms of what it means for startup entrepreneurs in India online.